Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
Now you put your name and your email ID. Do this.
Himanshu,
Do,
sorry, like, can you just tell the how to initialize?
yeah, you just have to do git init, right? From the directory that you want to
It,
take code, right? You just have to do git init.
okay. Oh,
Are we done with this? Now, guys, understand one thing. See how a code repository works is these were the initial steps. Now, right now, whatever we have written in this, so I have just created one file, right, which contains one line of code. This is not really getting tracked in any case. How do I know this? If I run git status command, look, it clearly tells me that I'm on which branch? Master branch. There are no commits which are made yet, and there are these files which are untracked right now. Now, how it works out is when the files are in the untracked state, you have to move them to tracked phase. And how do you start tracking them? By adding them to a staging phase. And how do you add them to a staging phase? You use a command called git add. So git add and then the file name. Now, if you have multiple files, you can even do like this: git add dot or git add star. This will also add all the files which are in the present working directory. Okay. So let's say if I have this file and I would like it to add it to staging, I'll do git add dot. Once I do this, this is now added to the staging. How do I know this? If I do git status, look, now what it tells me is that this is branch master. There are no commits done, and it says changes to be committed. Can you see the color has changed? It has become red to green, and it tells me I'm ready to be committed, right? So the process will remain same. From untracked, code flows to tracked state, and then it goes to the commit phase. Now, how do we make a commit? Or let's say, for example, that from staging, you want to go back to the unstaged phase. Can you do that? Yes, we can absolutely do that. And sometimes you will have to move from unstaged phase back to the untracked phase. Okay, so you will have to unstage your changes. And you can do that by this git rm hyphen hyphen cached and the file name, or if you do dot, then it will move everything back. Okay, okay. You have to give the file name, so test.py. Once I do this, what really happens is now if I do git status, I am back to the untracked state. Can you see? I'm back to the untracked files. And how can I move to the staging state? Git add dot. Now, once I'm onto the staging state, if I would like to commit it, I can easily commit it. Git commit hyphen m. Let's call it first commit. So hyphen m is the message. This tells me, okay, this is my first commit. First commit has been made. Now, if I do git status, it shows me that there is nothing to commit. Everything that I have in my present working directory, a snapshot has been taken of it. And what kind of snapshot it is? So if I do git log, it will show me that there is one commit which I have made, and this is the commit ID. This acts as a snapshot ID. So if let's say if I make 10 commits in my code repository, and from 10th commit, I would like to see what was my code like in my fourth commit. Can I do that? Yes, because these point in time snapshots act as a point in time reference for you to move back and forth in your code repository. Okay, so this is a very important concept. try out these commands. Okay, make first commit in your code repository. Ask many questions if you find it difficult. This is an exercise for you. And then we'll take a small break. Have you been able to make first commit, guys? And you can see the number of commits we have made with the help of git log. Now, git status will show you current status of your code. Is it in the untracked state, or is it in the tracked state, or is it committed? And the steps remain
Yeah,
same.
Himanshu, it's done.
It's done. Great. So
Yeah.
let's take a break now. After the break, we'll connect and talk more about it. And I'm going to have Vinay join in. People, those who do not have access to the AWS console, they can ask Vinay for the help.
Yeah, Himanshu. So Vinay will guide you. Will Vinay guide me or what?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. He will connect here only. Right?
Himanshu, so when we will meet again, for how long the break is? Hello.
Yes. Vinay is about to join in a minute. Okay. And then you please collaborate with him to get access to Windows machine and AWS.
Himanshu, so sorry. So how long the break is?
Yeah. So let's have a break till 11:50. Okay. And
Okay.
then we'll continue more talking about Git.
Okay.
Vinay is about to join in. So please be online. Vinay will help you with the lab.
Hello everyone. So those who have joined new, I'm pasting a registration link. Kindly register yourself so that we can assign you the labs.
Yeah, hi. So I joined newly, so I want to. I don't have credentials to get LND. I didn't register to LND. So
Registration link get pasted. You can register yourself. Either share your email ID. I will register from my side. You will get a mail with a credential how to log in it.
should I share here?
Oh yeah, you can share me also. Yeah. Okay, Mohan. Anyone else apart from Mohan? I guess two people have joined late. I guess.
Hello, is it Vinay here?
Ashish here. So Akshay will come. Yeah, tell me, sir.
Okay, so I got disconnected and I was in the process of launching the instance. So I'm just now getting an error, so I couldn't start it up. So if I share my screen, could you be able to guide it for me?
Yeah, sure, sir. So I will request Akshay from my team. He will join and he will help you out.
Sure, thanks.
Ashish, I clicked on that LND URL, whatever you shared. So if I
Yes.
click there, I can see there session 1, 2, 3, and like hey, where I have
Yes,
to
sir. Yes.
click to register.
So we got your ID and recording will be there once the day will end. So there you can see and whatever course materials I will share. So we will upload it there. So under session 1, 2, 3, 4, you will find out.
No, that's fine. I didn't get the registration link to like register to LND that Windows machine.
Okay, Windows machine, sir. Okay, okay. No issue, sir. Can you share your ID one more time so that I can communicate this thing?
Yeah, 86647775@fmr.com. Already it's there in Mohan. This is Mohan.
Okay, sir. I will do the needful.
Yeah, Ashish, I got one mail. If I click there, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I didn't get the link for to start that Windows mission. That actually maybe I will get one more mail or what?
Okay, no problem. I've already requested Akshay, sir. He will join once the update will end. And anyone have any problem, he
No,
will
no,
resolve it.
no. For the Windows mission, I'm asking. So I joined lately. So because of that, I shared that my email ID 8664775 at the rate.
Yes, sir. That
So
is
what
already registered. I can see that. Yeah.
I register, but how can I access that Windows mission?
Sir, I guess Akshay will only help out. He will joining and he will sort out your issue.
Okay.
Mohan, you can actually able to see there's an option called as a Cloud Lab. Once you open the LND Cloud, do you see on the top right corner, Cloud Lab with a green turquoise blue icon? You can click on that to open it.
If I click on that icon, what like if I click on that link, it came like a Spring People one black window. There I cannot see that.
Black
There
window
I
which
can see.
open, right? That is in Windows.
There I can see. Yeah, there I can see one session 1, 2, 3, and like that, and DevOps. So there, where I have to click.
Once you click on the Cloud Lab, right, it will be of opening your Windows VM. Are you able to see the new Windows like Chrome, desktop, or anything?
No. So I got mail. There's a link that is also reflecting redirecting to. So what are the link you shared previously? That is link is lndcloud.springpeople.com training learner. Is that the link? You telling? I think I have to get one more mail, but I haven't get. So last time when for AWS training, so I got two mails. The second mail it contains that the link. It will reflect to like
Hello guys. Sorry to interrupt you. We are good to start the session back. Okay. Yeah.
yeah Himanshu. Actually, I didn't get
Mhm.
access to that Windows machine.
Okay. So I mean, I understand that you joined late, but look, we have few things to cover up. Okay. And I think I'll go with the flow. Probably during the lunch break, you can again get some of the assistance. Did you get the Windows instance? Vinay,
No,
were you able to provide the Windows instance?
no, I haven't get actually.
Oh, sir, he joining. He joining just again, and he will assist him.
So okay, Himanshu, will I get like so recording videos?
Yeah. Recordings will be there. You will get access to the recordings for next
So
90 days.
till for next 90 days, right? Okay. Oh.
I hope everybody is back. Fine, guys. Now let's try and understand how we can work more with this. So we have seen and we have made our first commit into the Git repository. Now, if I go back to my repository, right, let me take you through some of the popular commands which we often use with Git. See, this is my code repository, and here I have only one file, right? Now, if I do git log, it will show me all the commits which I have made, which can see we have one commit, right? Now, if I do git status, we can see there is nothing which is pending right now, right? Everything which I had in my source code files has been committed. Now tell me the entire flow. Let's say if I go to this file and if I add something else, what is the state my code repository is in right now? Which one?
You will have one file where you need to come.
Right. If I do git status, we know there are some changes which are not yet staged. Now, how can we add it to staging? Git add dot, right? And how can we commit it? Git commit -m second commit. Now, how many commits do I have? 2 commits, right? Now, let's say if I make more changes to my files. Okay, so let's say if I have added the third line here. Again, I'm in which state? I'm in untracked. So I'll do git add dot. I'll do git commit -m third commit. Now I have made 3 commits, right? And we can see all the commits. Git log will show me all the commits. Now we have too many commits. If you want to see them in a single line, you can do like this: git log --- one line. It will show you all the commits in a single line, right? You can see, right? Now these IDs that you see, right, they will serve as a snapshot. Now we have made multiple commits. Next I'm going to talk to you about that how can you move in between different commits. Okay, how do you move? So let's say if you would like to go back to second commit or first commit, right, how can you do that? We'll talk about that. I hope this is clear, that how we can make multiple commits and how every time you have made a commit, the code will again be at a 0 state, and then when you write something, it moves into the untracked phase, then staging, and then commit. That's how it continues to move. Try out these commands, and here is an exercise. Make more commits to your repo and make sure you have made 3 commits at least. Okay, now I have made commits in specific lines. Now always remember one more thing here, that Git tracks your files based upon specific line. So always make, whenever you make changes, right, right now we are not talking about how do you fix the conflicts. We'll get to that phase when we'll talk about the conflicts. Right now, write content in different lines and then make commits like this, the way I have done, so that you understand the concept very well. Do this, and then we'll talk about how can we move forward and backward with the help of the commit tags that we have. Is it done, guys? Now look, we are going to talk about a first method using which you can check out, go back in time and check the status of your code at different commit points in time. Okay, that method is called as git checkout. Okay, now when you use git checkout, remember one thing. With respect to different commit points, okay, but only in read, but they are only in read only mode. Okay, always remember that. So git checkout allows you to check your source code repository with respect to different commit points, but they are only in read only mode. So you can't really do anything else. For example, let's say, now I know right now, where am I? You can see this is my source code repo, and if I do git log --- one line, we know I'm on my third commit, right? Now, when you make multiple commits, right, there is a thing called head. Now, what really is head? Head is a moving counter which by default points to the latest commit. Okay, and you can see all my source code is there. So when you want to go back, right, you have to move this head to a specific point in time. So right now I have 3 commits, right? In case if you have multiple commits, then you try to move your head across the commits. So just notice one thing. If I do git checkout, and if I do this commit ID, right, I am moving my head to which commit? First commit. Git checkout, first commit. Once I did do it, notice what does it tells me? Switching to this commit, and it tells me you are in detached head state. Okay, you can look around, make experimental changes and commit them, but actually whatever changes that you make will not really be retained. Okay, now notice one thing, head is now at this commit, right? And this commit we already know is first commit. So if I do git log, I'm at first commit right now. Look, it only shows me one commit, right? And if I do ls, I can see the file is there. And if I do test.py, look, it only shows me what was the state of at that point in time during the first commit, right? Now, this is how you can use git checkout command. But if I try to add anything, it won't really make a difference to it. Your actual main line will not really contain or carry any changes. So you should not really do it. Know that git checkout is only read only. Okay. And how can I go back to my current version? I can do git checkout master. When you do this, right, git checkout branch name, your head will automatically move to the latest commit. Okay. Now, if I do git log, look, it automatically shows me all the commits which I had because I'm back to the latest commit now. Okay. So this process can be repeated. Now, if I want to go to, let's say, second commit, I can do git checkout second commit here. Once I do this, again, if I do git log -1 line, I'll only show 2 commits because I'm at a point in time where there were 2 commits only, right? And if I want to see the status of my file, look, it only shows me 2 lines, right? Now, how can I get back to the latest back? I can do git checkout master. And this is how it works. So now I'm back. So if I do git log 1 line, I can see all my 3 commits are back here. So git checkout is a good way to go back into point in time and see what were done in a specific commit. Nothing more, nothing less. So git checkout is only used to look and not to really make any changes or revert anything.
So once it has been moved to respective checkpoint, right? Say 2 or 1, can we copy that file without editing to some other name or something?
So what happens is when you use git checkout, right, you are supposed to be in the read only mode. Okay, so you are not supposed to change anything. And even if you try to change anything, those changes will not be contained by the main line. Your main code commits will continue to have the older commit which you had before doing the checkout thing. For example, let's say, just see this. At which point in time am I right now? I'm at the latest tag, right? Because my head points to the master, right? This is the latest commit I have. Let's say if I move to this phase, this commit, how can I do that? Git checkout. Okay. Now, if I do git log -1 line, I know my head is pointing to the first commit, right? And you can see I'm pointing to the first commit, right? Now, let's say if I write something here, some content. Okay. I again do git add star, git commit -m. Okay, I made a commit, right? By going back in the checkout phase, I have made a commit. Now, will these changes be carried? We can see that. So if I do git checkout master, okay, and if I do git log, I'll not really see those changes here. Just notice. You don't really see the 4th commit, right, which I made. And if you see the file itself, the file also does not carry any changes, right? Because git checkout, the method that we are using, is bound to be in the read only mode. Even if you go back to the first commit, right, you will not really see the changes that you did. Okay. Look,
Hello?
you don't really see the second line that you.
Hello, hi, Manchu Akshay this side.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
this
hi.
please
Yeah, is anybody facing any issue?
No, Akshay, we are all good as of now.
Okay. Yeah. No problem.
Yes, you are asking something.
so the changes made, whatever you said, I could understand that it is a read only. So
Right.
I'm just trying to understand about the file system level copy. So if you are copying that file, once you move to the respective checkpoint, and if you are copying that file, does it have the information till the checkpoint we moved, or how that part works actually?
So when you say copy, you want to copy it to some other folder or directory, is that?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. So let's see that. Okay. So I'm pointing back to my detached head mode, right? And if you see, this is how my file looks like. So let's say if I copy test.py to /root/demo.py, fine. I'm copying it somewhere else, right? I can do that.
Yeah.
Right? Now let's say if I go to git checkout master. So I'm back to my master, the latest commit, right? Now if I go out, you can see there's a demo.py, right, which I copied when I was on my commit, right? If you see here, what should you see? One line or three lines?
Okay, this is what my expectation. Okay.
Right.
So which means we can copy. I mean, in case of 1,000 or 2,000 lines of code, if we are moving into particular checkpoint, we can try to copy those old codes. That's what.
Right. So they become retrievable. Okay. So try out checkout command and make sure that you understand it very well.
After checking out to back to master, we can able to edit the files.
What's your query?
No, once we check out to master, right, then we will be able to edit and continue with another commit.
Right. Then it will be like continuing the same phase again.
Normal.
So you can make a fourth.
So, but if you go to a check out to a previous commit, you will not be able to edit and commit it.
Right.
Okay.
Try out this thing. Then we are going to talk about how do you revert changes. Okay. So let's say you made 5 commits. Now, since morning you have made 5 commits. Now someone comes up and tells you, your boss comes up to you and tells you that whatever you did in third commit was completely wrong. How do you fix it? Okay. So what are the options for that? We'll talk about it. Make sure that you understand this head movement. Once you understand this head movement very well, right? You will know it very well that how the repository state is changing dynamically.
Please enroll our general membership for $399 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.